Hey guys, welcome to Sketchaday. It's me, Spencer. We're live. This is live on YouTube, pardon me, as well as Instagram. So thanks for joining. Let me just make sure I've got all my ducks in a row. It seems as though the technological gods are against me today, but hopefully we can do all right. Yes, I'm not wearing black. That is true. Another octopus. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. It is Sci-Fi Sunday. On Sci-Fi Sunday, I like to do all things sci-fi. That could be robots, monsters, spaceships, whatever you guys come up with. I'm going to do a little fun thing, though. I'm going to do the Scribble Game. That's something I do with my kids. So I'll finish up a sketch they gave me. I am still working on that marker guide. It's interesting as I work on it and I get some feedback. People are like, what about this? What about that? And I'm like, okay, I'll add that. I'll add this. So it's kind of turning into a little bit of a book. Let me see how many pages we're up to now. We're up to 30 pages. So pardon me. It'll be a good little guide for you if you like drawing with markers. It'll be good for you. All right, we've got a new mod in the chat today. We've got Jordan Null helping out, so he'll be posting links, sharing things, all that good stuff. All right. As always, if you're curious, you can check out sketchaday.com/stuff for all the stuff I use. We're going to keep it analog today. That means pen and paper, markers, all that good stuff. Why do I do that? Well, I like to stay sharp. So you're not always going to have digital things. Shout out to Federico Carboni. Thanks for being a member. We also have a new channel member. Another one. Thank you guys for the support. Much love. All that good stuff. I'm going to switch the overhead here so you guys don't have to stare at my face. Tokyo Duke, thank you for joining. 0 Days, one of our mega fans. Thank you so much. Remember, if you sign up for Mega Fan or Ultimate Fan, hit me up. I will mail you a sticker as a thank you. And Ultimate Fans will be receiving a signed original sketch of mine. Okay, so thank you very much. Blessings to you too, Latrice. Thank you. Thought I'd mix it up a little bit. Hexley, do I ever do comics? Not really. I did when I was younger. I was obsessed with Marvel comics, that kind of thing. So here we are. All right, let's warm up like we do. I'm going to use some printer paper for my warm up though. Don't want to use the expensive stuff, right? As we throw down some lines here. Remember, practice makes better. If you're watching on the YouTube and you want the full experience, or sorry, the Instagram and you want the full experience, hit up youtube.com/sketchaday.com. Thank you. Everyone likes the shirt today. It's actually one of the shirts I'm putting in the store. Light to get it right. I wanted to go for a little bit of a retro vibe. So this is just a test print, just to see how it looks. All right. You guys on the Instagram can't really see, but there it is. Light till you get it right. Remember. All right. Star Wars comics, eh? Yeah, I'm actually I've mentioned this to some of you before. I'm committed to studying and getting better at drawing people. So these are 3 new books that I got. I'm going to be going through. This one's actually pretty cool because it's fairly simple. I'll be adding these to my website, of course, and sharing sketches as I study. So, you know, if you're not learning, if you're not improving, you're just kind of coasting. It's not a good place to be. Hopefully everything sounds good, by the way. Don't worry, Jordan. I'll hook you up as a thank you. Don't worry about it. Jordan's been helping out a ton behind the scenes, so just want to say shout out to Jordan. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, once I finalize the designs, make sure the quality is there, I will happily hook you up. Let's do some straight lines. I also have a when in doubt, rough it out shirt and one that says Illustrator. So you'll be seeing those on the stream here and there. All right, let's do some more lines. I don't do enough lines. Let's do some more lines. Thank you, Mystery. Yeah, it's a 30-page guide so far. Here's some of the assets that I'm working on for it. Right. This is that car I posted on Instagram. Here's the rough sketch. So I'm gonna be. This is actually a step-by-step demo in the book right now. Everything from surface finish to blending, markers. How do you pick markers? How do you know how many to buy? But if you guys have other questions about markers, let me know. Hit me up. Join the Discord. That's probably the best place to be. It's SKETCHADAY.com/Discord. Right. Anyhow. Trying to think about how to distribute said guide, but it'll be available and accessible. That's what I'll say right now. So thanks again for joining. I'm going to kick things off after the warm-up with a little bit of the Scribble game. That's where I take a scribble, try and turn it into something. My son did a scribble, so I'm going to try and turn it into something. It is also Sci-Fi Sunday, so it will be sci-fi themed. If you have things you want me to draw that are sci-fi themed, just let me know. Feel free. Let's do some circles here. I will say as well, if you do your warm-ups every day, you're going to get better at them. Your control is going to get better. Act like you care. I always tell my design students when I teach them, if you don't care, why should I care? So as you do your warm-ups, act like you care. I guess I should too. Because if I don't care, why should you guys care? Right? I go through phases in terms of what I watch in my spare time. I've been watching a lot of chess lately. It's really fascinating. I think in another life I would have been a competitive chess player. I played in high school quite a bit. I was the 4th chair on my team. That just means you sit at the 4th table, typically reserved for the person with the least amount of skill. However, I was the 2nd best on the team, and it was a strategic move. That way I was the ringer, if you will. Hey, Kloppy, good to see you. Hopefully you and Svetlana are doing well. Hello, Lori. Giant squid shooting lasers. Okay. What's with the cephalopod interest? What's with the interest in cephalopods? This is fascinating. Did an octopus the other day. That was artistic. Now you want a squid shooting lasers? Maybe it's a squid hybrid or something. I could do that. I'm using a Papermate Flare, by the way. Information on this pen and many others available on the website. I know Lori's one of our patrons. Lori picked up a Papermate Flare. Hopefully you're enjoying the pen. It's a really versatile pen. I mean, I can get a really thin line. If I push a little harder, I can get a thicker line. And if I hit the same line a couple times, like so, I can get a nice thick line as well. My octopus teacher, and now I'm obsessed. Is that the Netflix documentary? Someone was telling me about that one, but I haven't checked it out. All right, let's do some serious ellipses. Real serious ellipses. Drawing is serious, right? Cyborg squid. Okay, fine. I'll do some kind of weird squid thing. How long did it take you to achieve all that? Do you mean the book, Ricardo? I've been working on it for a few days. Initially, or booklet, I should say. Initially, I was gonna do just like a 5-page guide, and then it turned into step-by-step tutorials and information on accessories and which marker brand to buy. And I've got to put links in there, links to specific videos that cover specific topics, things like that. So it's just taking a little bit of time. Then I have to edit it. So patrons, of course, and channel members will be receiving a copy. I'll say shortly. I keep saying I'm hoping to finish it. I was really hoping to finish it this morning, but time got away from me. Plus, I have to edit and refine some things. But in the meantime, if you didn't, sign up for my Adobe Max session. That's max.adobe.com, I believe, and it's actually free. It was free this year. The only thing you miss out on is live chat, me being able to answer questions, but there's a guide in there as well for Adobe Fresco. So check that out. Be sure to leave a rating. whether you like the session or not. All good. Squirrel with a bazooka. Oh my goodness. Alright, I think I could do that. I'm gonna write these down. So, squirrel with bazooka. We had something of... I'm just gonna put cephalopods. Cephalopod Cyborg. And then have the Scribble Game. Man, we're supposed to be doing Monster Mash this week too. Oh, Ricardo says, how long did it take to learn all the skills that I know? I've been drawing for... Connor says werewolf. Okay. I've been drawing for, I don't know, 2 decades now. I guess serious drawing the last 10 to 15 years, seriously. But, you know, I'm always learning. I'm always trying to improve and practice. And I always say I'm not the best at drawing. That's how I put it. I'm not the best, but I'm very passionate. That passion takes me places, and it will take you places too. So thanks for joining, for sure. If it's your first time, hit subscribe. Turn on alerts. I go live a lot, but you want to have alerts on so you know when I go live. Okay, where did I put my sheet? My pad. Here we go. I'm going to start with the Scribble Game. This is a scribble my son gave me. So I'm going to have to turn it into something. And I don't really know what yet. Right? It kind of feels... So my goal here is to preserve the initial scribble and then create something out of it. Okay? And I'm thinking of something with a shell. Thinking of something with a shell, maybe just some like gnarly horned shell or something. Like so. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now anyways. So I'll start with this. Again, my goal is to preserve this initial line that we have here. I guess we're going to get some sort of crustacean out of this one. Some sort of crustacean dude. Something of the sort here. All right, just trying to place a few things here, guys. Figure out where our legs go and all of that. I don't know, maybe this is some sort of fleshy underbelly that's exposed. It's not quite a crustacean. Remember, it's Monster Mash. That's what we're doing. We're doing the Monster Mash. So here's his initial line. He just gave me the scribble. And I didn't come up with this idea on my own. I follow someone who does this, and I thought that's really interesting. That's really cool. Maybe I should try it. So it's kind of what I'm doing here. Just get some pokey things on this weird creature. He probably wasn't expecting this, but one of his favorite movies is Pacific Rim. My son. One of them, anyways. So I'm sure he'll be happy with the outcome here. All right, now this thing needs some sort of eyes or something. So normally I would, you'd put the eyes up for some sort of crustacean thing. But I think I'm gonna have like maybe one eye or a cluster of eyes down here or something. Thank you, Adrian. Thanks for joining. Section view of a rotomolded duck. I'll have to save that for one of our product drawing sessions, probably. But thanks for the suggestion. That's a good one. Sometimes I get people wanting me to do their homework though, so hopefully that's not the case. All right, let's see. I'm trying to think where to put these eyes. I probably should have drawn them before, but I could do at least some sort of cluster, if not some mandibles down here. So inspired by a crustacean perhaps, but not exactly a crustacean. Some sort of orifice here. Again, my goal is to preserve that initial line that he gave me. So maybe some cluster of eyes down there. And I think I'm gonna stick to pen and ink for this one, just to see if I can practice that a bit with you guys. By that I mean just literally, maybe I'll make this a pincer as well. Although if this is a pincer, then it needs like another leg to walk on. So I'll just put one back in here. All right, we'll just modify this. Like so. Perhaps not as clean as I would like, but all right, so now I got to think about light source. All right, where's my light coming from? How do I get some texture? How do I get some texture on this? Texture, line weight, all of that good stuff. I'm not wearing black. Black. Yes, Lions, what's up? Thanks for joining. Yeah, it's a little bit big on the page, but I appreciate that. Explosive Yoda. Again, I'm just using maybe I should break out some new pens. I got some new pens from Sakura of America. Sent me some pens. I should try those out. If you don't know what those are the Pigma Micron pens, I believe, as well as a few others, so maybe I'll try those out. Alright, this is the underbelly and a little side here, so I'm going to try and create some texture with the pen. Maybe something like this. Just kind of using, pardon me, using these lines in a creative, consistent way here. Let's get a little darker back, further back. These eyes are like little balls of caviar or something. If you added the color of the shirt and design and had a black shirt, it would look good. Probably so. Alright, so with ink, I'm planning on doing a pen and ink guide as well for how I use pen and ink. Well, assuming you guys even like having a marker guide, we'll see. Maybe you'll be like, why did you do this? What is this all about? All right, but again, like I always say, look at how I'm holding the pen. Just a bit far off the barrel, and that is so I can see what I'm doing. If I'm drawing like this, it's really hard for me to see the rest of the drawing. If I draw like this, right, I can actually see a lot of what's going on. So kind of helps you. As you draw. At least I feel like it helps me. Do I draw with colored pencils? Sometimes. Sometimes I do. When or if I use them though, usually it's like I'll use them with something else. So I'll use them with marker or use them with some airbrush or something else like that. I'm like bleeding all over the page today. All right. So in terms of line weight, thinking of your line weight, what I like to do is think about, again, light source. So what's closer to the light? And then shade away from the light. Right, pick a stroke and make that kind of consistent. So here, you know, if I were trying to have some shadow core or whatever on that pincer, something like that. In the back here, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a consistent hatch to just kind of eliminate some of the detail and introduce some shadow. And as we get closer to the face, maybe increase the contrast a bit. This leg in the back, I'll do the same thing, just kind of shade the shape in. Shade the shape in like that, inside of pincer right here. The other thing, holding off the tip of the pen or even pencil will do is it kind of keeps your hand off your drawing. So here I was getting a little careless and some of the ink, right, kind of smudged on the paper, but by holding off the tip like this, I keep my hand off the paper a bit. Let's see, can you share the name of the books? They're not on the website, the new books, but I will be updating. So there's this one, it's called Morpho, Simplified Forms for Artists. I need simple. How to Draw People. I haven't really gone through this one, but I like how simplified everything is. Right, I'm just trying to get like general competency so I don't draw strange looking humanoid things. And then this one is figure drawing for concept artists, right? A bit more what I would consider to be traditional illustration, fine art technique approaches and so forth. Obviously not as good as life drawing, right? Drawing real figures, but we're all separated right now. I wonder if there's like online Zoom figure drawing or something. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Maybe someone is putting that together. I don't know. All right, so we'll just keep working this here. And again, I'm thinking of contrast. All right, trying to emphasize coarse shadows, get these shapes to read. And you kind of want to take, at least I take a, what's the word, consistent, progressive approach when I'm drawing something. So don't expect it to look like perfect when you start putting ink down or whatever. You may have to add some stuff in, like here. I just even that little extra scribble for my coarse shadow. just to make it a little darker. And then have some fall off. Okay. Cross hatching here. And again, that's what I like about this pen, is it's so versatile. Even, you could say, somewhat pressure sensitive. If I just lightly kiss the page with the pen, I even get a different stroke as well. All right, but I want to be careful not to overdo it, which can be easy with ink. I'm still learning myself how to do, you know, more inked drawings. So this for me is a bit of an experiment as well. I'm just not mocking in, but roughing in a little bit of a shadow here for our crustacean friend. Remember, I'm taking this line, this initial squiggle my son gave me, and we're just turning that into something. It is Sci-Fi Sunday, so that's what we're doing. Doing a monster. Or some sort of creature anyways. If it's your first time, hit subscribe, turn on alerts. Welcome to the stream. How can you improve at digital sketching? Get better sketching on paper. It might sound weird, but if you're better on paper, you don't even have to worry about digital beyond learning how the tools work in the apps. Okay, so focus on getting good on paper, right? It's about technique. Might make me seem old or sound old, but I'm telling you, you can sketch on paper, you'll be confident enough to go digital and have some really cool drawings. So that'd be my advice for you. Great question though. All right. So for those watching on the Instagram, just so you know, I will answer this question, but for the most part, I'm not really paying attention to the chat on Instagram. There's a question, where can we get those online? I'm not sure what you mean. Maybe, I think you mean the book or the guide. That's all on my website. The guide isn't released yet. Patrons and channel members will get that first. Okay. And they will be getting it for free. All right, so now I want to respect his line. You know, this was his initial line here. I want to kind of respect that. So let's come in, get some shadow going where we need it. What's up, Detulo? Michael Detulo on the stream. But yeah, the link should be there for the YouTube. You can also join the Discord server, SKETCHADAY.com/Discord. We've got a community going there if you need help. Part of the reason I did that was so that there's a kind of a place, a community, if you will. So if you like drawing, if you like sketching, you like illustrating, whatever, you can go there. And get help. All right. It's cool to post stuff on Instagram, but you're not really getting feedback and help. So it's been cool to see all of you kind of come together, help each other out. It's grown a ton. That's just SKETCHADAY.com/Discord. All right, these are on kind of the far side of our weird crustacean monster here. So I'm going to shade these in kind of like this, and then maybe add a few squiggles where we need it. And it's kind of coming together. It's kind of coming together nicely. So again, just pick a stroke, be consistent in that stroke that you're using. Notice I'm not coloring to the edges. Things like that to watch out for, right? We'll add a shadow to this. That should help as well. All right, something like that. And now I want to add just some shadow to this little rim section we created from my son's initial scribble. I guess I should have taken a picture of the scribble, but I didn't. You guys can rewatch the video if you're curious to see what our initial scribble looked like. Hello, Emma. Thank you, Lori. The difference between pencil and pen on a paper sketch. Well, the thing with pencil is because you can work lightly, it kind of makes you want to hesitate. Whereas with a pen, you kind of have to commit to it and like just go with the stroke, so to speak. Go with the stroke. Maybe that could be another t-shirt. Although I might run into trouble with innuendo there. In any case, you kind of just have to go with whatever you get with pen and build your confidence. So I'm telling you, like I've worked with many students. I do tutoring. I do workshops weekly. Like I've seen it so many times. Someone thinks, oh, if I get this tablet, right, I'm gonna be so good. I'm gonna have sketches like Michael DeTullo or someone else, you know, robot pencil. But it's not that easy. Like you have to put in the time, right? On paper, I think. At least this is what's been beneficial to me. Put the time in on paper, and that all translates to your confidence when sketching digitally. I mean, granted, different tools will have different feels, perhaps even different approaches. But yeah, getting good on paper is what I think it's the way to go. All right, so here's our crustacean. This portion is going to be away from the light. So I'm going to add some shading here just to give our shell a little bit of form. All right, in terms of technique though, look at what I'm doing here. So we have a series of straight lines or slightly curved lines even. And instead of just leaving the lines as they are, kind of created a little bit of a gradient with those lines, right? So even with your pen and ink drawing, you can have a little bit of variety in how it's shaded. Okay. So now that I've kind of got my main shading down, I want to enhance some of the shadows in here. All right, so anywhere that needs to be really in shadow, I'll kind of come in, do some extra hatching. A little extra work in here, for example. My son's probably going to look at this and go, where's my scribble? It's right there. There's his line that he gave me. And here's what we came up with. All right, let's get a little texture on this claw. A little texture on this claw. And now I'm going to work on a little bit more of the intensity and shadow going on right in here. I don't want to have to break out any marker or white paint or whatever, so I'm trying to be a little careful here as we shade these in. Because this is toward the back, I think I'm just gonna give it just a general hatch. Right? It gives it presence on the page, but not importance, okay? Let me do a little shade like that. All right, so up next, I think we had something cephalopod related. Someone wanted a cyborg cephalopod, cyborg squid of some sort. Win says, I feel like it's better to learn to draw from books and then apply it to drawing. Yeah, I think so. Line says, I was cocky about my tablet. I love it, but last month of going back to pen and paper is breaking me through some confidence problems. Awesome. Yeah, pen and paper, I think the better you get at pen and paper, it's gonna just translate to your tablet. And I would say even if you love sketching digitally, mix it up. Don't just sketch digitally. Yes, it's not the most efficient thing to sketch on paper sometimes, right? You might have workflows that you have digitally for whatever it is that you do, but just having the, I think, freedom and, frankly, the difficulty of paper. There's something good about hard things in life. That's another way I like to put it. There's something good about hard things, when in terms of the satisfaction you get in being able to excel at that thing, but also I think just the fact that your brain is working a little bit harder kind of helps. So don't neglect it entirely if you like sketching digitally. That's why I like to mix it up here on the channel too, just to show you guys that, hey, it doesn't have to be all... Let's put some little spines on these hands. It doesn't have to be all Procreate and Fresco or Sketchbook Pro or whatever it is you like to use. You can still get cool drawings by using pen and ink. Okay, so I got some new markers. I'm trying to decide which one to try today. Should we try this one? This is a Posca paint marker I got. Hopefully I don't completely wreck my drawing here. I already got some on my hand. Boom. But I've been really digging these fat markers. Of course you want to be careful if you're going to do this. But I do love just the intensity of the blacks here. It's so cool. All right, so maybe something like that. Thank you, Mr. Sweet Roman. Don't you have to sketch out primitive forms first? No, not always. I mean, I'm kind of thinking about the forms. I could do that with the cyborg octopus that people want to see. Cyborg squid. It's not a space crab, it's just a crab. One of the challenges with black, though, is sometimes you get, you know, the Procreate or not the Procreate, the Papermate Flare is a little bit warmer in tone. Here, I'll zoom in so you can see. It's a little bit warmer and not as saturated or not as intense as the black from this other marker. So I've got a couple options. I could come in with another pen and just intensify some areas, or just leave it. And then when I scan it, right, I could adjust the levels that way. But I'll just sign it, leave it here. These sketches will be available to patrons and channel members as well, just as a reminder. There is a Google Drive link for you guys. This is a big marker I got to. I haven't really tried it, but how about we just try it out live and see how it looks while I think about and contemplate, what is this cyborg squid gonna look like? Okay, so this is the Zig Posterman 50 millimeters wide. Okay, so it says shake. It doesn't say uncap, but I'm gonna cap it just to be safe. Let's go ahead and shake. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, hoo-hoo brush markers. You know, cheap markers are good, but then you got to deal with, what if I need a replacement? That's part of my marker guide too. Oh, okay. It's part of my marker guide too. Yeah, this is a fun marker. Oh my gosh. Check that out. So if you want to cover... And why would you need to do this? Well, if you've got some background or you just want to put down a bunch of pigment, it can be useful. I mostly got it out of curiosity. personally. But they are fun to use, for sure. There's actually an artist online that I follow. Let's see if I can share their link with you. His name's David Haben. Dave Haben. Haben Inc. And you can check out his work. Super talented. I mean, I wouldn't share anything. Captain Cow is asking, what's my recommended way of scanning? You can, right now, like, camera phones are so, or not camera phones, it makes me sound old. Phones are so good now that you can, like, just take a picture and then Photoshop it. But I do have videos on that. Maybe I need to update that video, but I do have videos on how to clean up a scan sketch, things like that. There's plenty of resources as well. Yeah, Sticky Art, you got to replace the whole set. You guys sub Sticky Art's channel if you like sketching as well. Thanks for the raid the other day, much appreciated. Yeah, so if you use Ohuhu markers, which are markers like this is actually some other brand, Parku. So I have cheap markers as well, and then I have nice markers. But markers like this, you can't go into a store and get a replacement. So then you have to deal with, okay, cool, when this marker is done, what do I do? Right? So that's another reason that your pro markers, things like this, or your Shinhan Touch, which I'm ordering some so I can actually speak authoritatively on them. Markers like that, this is another marker I got. I guess it's black, I can try it out. I'll get it ready while I sit here. So markers like Copic that you can refill are better for me because I use my markers so much, right? All right, this one got real juicy real fast. But yeah, super fun, right? If you're just trying to mix things up. Anyhow, check out Dave Haben's Instagram. I posted it there. Check it out. If any marker paper manufacturers are watching, by the way, send me tons of paper. I keep blowing through. Keep blowing through. All right. So I did say we would do some sort of cephalopod cyborg. All right. But what if I'm gonna do an overlay of this one because again, I'm just kind of learning my figure stuff personally. So I'm gonna have to think of this in basic terms, but what if we had some dude that actually was, well, this leg probably needs to be more like this, but his head was actually like a squid, and then where would the arms come from? I guess from this mouth region or area. Or maybe more like an octopus. I mean, if it's a squid, we'd have, you know, something like this happening. And would they need some sort of bubble helmet? I don't know. Would it be like a weird squid dude with a bubble helmet? Or would it be that the legs are tentacles? I don't know, but maybe we start with something like this. Okay, we'll just rough it out. When in doubt, rough it out, people. You know the drill. When in doubt, rough it out. That's what I like to do anyways. So we'll rough out our guy here. Super quick. See, because like musculature is something I haven't really studied, and so it's always apparent in my sketches, but I will be, like I said, studying those. Didn't we say the squid had some sort of weapon? Did someone say that? I mean, if it has a weapon, then we could do, you know, some sort of pose where there is a weapon, perhaps. Hand off, like so. You guys let me know. We can turn this sketch into At least right now, whatever you guys want. So yeah, this leg's weird, but I'll fix it. All right, so that would be our squid's head. Should we do squid? We'll just have like, and then would the eyes be like looking in different directions? And then we have like this weird derpy squid. It's kind of cool. Yeah, we could do some weird derpy looking squid. I mean, and then maybe it just has like 3 fingers or something. Or webbed fingers. Could also be like a diver type suit of some sort. Right, it could have some sort of aquatic diver suit. But really, it's not an aquatic diver suit so much as a suit that allows, actually that's a better position for hand. Does allows Squid Dude to hang out on the surface. So could do something like this. Certainly. Take care, Mystery. Don't you have to draw thumbnails to decide the shapes and forms for my creature first? Nah, I'm not afraid because I can do an overlay just like this. So now, should we do him holding a gun? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do here? How many markers do I have? Because I think I have the whole store. Says Simon. I'm gonna do a quick estimate. Let's use this container. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll just say 6 by 6, so 36 per tube, and I've got 6 of these. So, well, 7 now. Oh no, 6. Wait. Okay, so I have 6 tubes of Copic markers that are like this. Okay, I know it's more than 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, maybe it is. So let's say this has 36 markers. For easy math, we could say 40 because I have other markers in other containers. If that's the case, 40 times 6 4 is 24. So that would be 240 Copics. And then I have other brands, cheap markers. So I probably have, if I were to guess, 500-600 markers would be my guess. Because in Copic alone, I have about 240, is what I'm saying. All right, let's do our dude here. You guys didn't pick whether or not he's holding a gun. So, is he going to be folding his arms? Now let's do the gun. Gonna be more fun. Something fell in my studio and I have no idea what it is. Alright, I'm also going to do a little bit of Photoshop trickery here with my sketch. Like old school Photoshop. And I hope it works. Do I have tape? Yes, I have some tape. Alright, just because I want to change this dude a little bit. Alright, I might want to change the position of the legs, the body. Right? You can kind of do things like this. If I want to shorten our dude, I could shorten him a little bit. Because it doesn't have to be a real human figure, right? So you get to decide. Just showing you a little bit of something you can do. Think creatively, you know, don't stress about your underlay if you don't have to. So I'm just going to use some masking tape, actually, because that's all I have. Do I use chart pack? Yes, I do. Here's another thing of markers. This is why I say I have hundreds of markers. So these are chart pack, Spectrum Noir, which are garbage markers. Don't buy those. And then are these Spectrum or yeah, Classique by Spectrum Noir, garbage markers. Don't buy those. Chart packs, decent. I could use those if you want. And then I have Prismacolor as well. So I'm from Jamaica originally, but I live in Salt Lake City, Utah. All right, so I'm just gonna take some tape now, and I mean, it's a small piece of marker paper, so maybe I'll shorten him just a little bit and rotate his torso. Whatever. Alright, so there's my... there's my quick and dirty photo chop. Could make him taller and add some hands. That's true, but I need bigger paper if I do that. So I'm gonna make him short and then tweak a few things. Alright. I think I did say derpy on the eyes, so I'll do something like this. So I'm using the very top as well. The very top of the paper made flare. That gives me a little bit thinner line. So if I want to just do that, I can focus on that. Let's see. And then the question was, do we need a helmet of some sort or not? Maybe I won't do a helmet. This one I will do marker on. I'll do marker on this dude. Alright, so I can start light. Like this. Thank you, bro anime. Appreciate the sub. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff we could do. You're right. I could make him taller, add hands, whatever, but I'm gonna try and keep it somewhat simple. So, yes, barring a little bit from anatomy here. Alright, sketch light until you get it right, remember? Like my shirt says, light until you get it right. Alright, available soon. Actually, I mean, you can get one now if you want from the site, but I do want to make a small change. If you get one right now, it's just a smidge low. I just want to move this up just a little bit on my shirt. So now the head looks like an old turtle. I guess so. Maybe it's a turtle squid hybrid. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe some weird turtle squid hybrid dude. Does she have a little belly? Maybe just a little bit. Just take a little bit of inspiration from dive suits. Immediately though, people always say, looks like Iron Man. Can't put a circle on a chest nowadays without some Iron Man comparison, but that's alright. Alright, maybe some little fabric thing here. This is making me think of the movie Shape of Water, by the way. All right, one weird boot foot done. And another weird boot foot done. All right, I'll do some with the legs here. No worries. We'll make it fit. So Sketch Day Live, thanks again for joining. If it's your first time, hit subscribe, turn on alerts. I'm trying to remember here. Okay, let's do like so. Thumb, share, okay. It's got some sort of water cannon thing. Maybe add a hand holding another gun. Oh, like another hand? Yeah, maybe. It's actually not a bad idea. I mean, I could... It's going to make it a little bit messy of a drawing if I do that, but... Let's see here. I'll have to figure out how to... How to get that in there. Maybe something like that. I could do like a silhouette of another hand. Behind. Yeah, because then at least it's 6 hands and I don't know. Squid have like 8 thingies, right? Tentacle thingies, whatever you call them. What are those called? Just tentacles? Tentacle thingies. So Sketchaday Live, thanks for joining. It is Sci-Fi Sunday. We're doing crazy stuff, having fun. What time is it? Oh man, we're an hour in. Okay, we got time. We got time for this stuff. I guess, is it technically still Inktober? It is, isn't it? It's technically still Inktober. I wasn't really following it this year because of the controversy with Mr. Parker. That, at least that was maybe that was my excuse, but it just takes so much time too when you're doing different things every day. That arm looks weird, but like I said, I'm committed. I got my books. I'm ready to go, ready to practice. If you're wondering why my form looks so gimpy, sorry, not gimpy, but weird. If you're wondering why it looks so weird, it's because I'm a product designer. So a lot of times product designers, you know, we can draw objects fairly well. But when it comes to people, you know, we kind of lack a little bit. So I'm working on it. Even at my age, we can all learn new things. All right, so I've learned a ton. It's been fun streaming, taking your suggestions and all of that. Super fun as always. So thank you. Love how much original stuff you draw. Thank you. Hey, Mecha Art, what's up? One of our patrons. Thank you for posting as well. I saw you posted. Awesome. Keep it coming. For sure. That is sketchaday.com/Discord. For those wondering where that is. I know you're wondering because you always ask, where's the Discord? It's also in the video description if you're watching on YouTube. But that's our little community, little gang we're building. So you guys can check that out. Sketchaday.com/Discord. All right, let's get our little dude here finished up. Someone was asking about scanning sketches. I mean, I could do that live or in a pre-recorded video. Also, good news for future pre-recorded videos. I saw that Adobe Premiere now has a captions feature, finally. So I should be able to, at least for future videos, do some captioning. Should we keep it all pen and ink today? I'm trying to decide. Maybe we should. Just all pen and ink. Let's go ahead and shade this in with some pen here. Yeah, I think the next one I'll do a marker. I'm kind of liking this being just ink. It's kind of fun. I just finished watching Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts with my children. Such a great show. If you guys haven't seen it yet. Oh yeah, I forgot about this arm. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it's such a great show. Check it out. Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts. I was telling a friend of mine last night how awesome it is, actually, to have so many cartoons now, at least, that are more diverse. When I was a kid, we didn't really have a lot of cartoons or even superheroes, characters that looked like me. So that's been cool. Anyhow, it's a great show. You guys should check it out. Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts. It's a fun show. Lots of good lessons, good times to be had. Still can't watch Avatar: The Last Airbender though. I feel like it's unwatchable. Alright, so maybe something like this dude for this dude. This is like a pen and ink show or something. What type of flatbed scanner do they use to scan full-size drawings like large pages? So there's a scanner called the Epson Expression. I think it's the 10,000 XL. I'm not sure what version it's on now, but it's pretty great. The problem is Mecha Art. The problem is that scanner costs like $2,000. So I've wanted to get one, but I can't justify it at all. Hello, Kilo Crow. Welcome. Kilo Crow. How do you decide where to put the shadows and the values? Well, my friend, you're in luck. You're in luck. I need to take a break anyways. So I'm going to pause, put you on my front camera and say hello, you beautiful people. Thanks for hanging out with me. If I go to my channel here, I'm going to search for shadow. This is a good one. All right, I did this one, I think it was last week actually. And it's showing shadows on curved surfaces. Goodbye, bro anime. Good to see you. You can catch the rest of it later. It'll be on replay. But check that video out. It covers shadows on curved surfaces and should help you. But how do you know where to put shadows? You kind of have to understand the shape of what's going on, right? And just understand what happens to shapes as light passes certain points on the shapes. Think about your light source in your scene, all that stuff. Okay. Just comes with practice, really. That's the short answer. Just comes with practice. All right, let's do another fatty shadow here. Maybe try one of our new pens. Rough it out. Okay, that's where we started. Thank you, Trad76 on Instagram for picking up a badge. That's another way to support, by the way. Instagram has badges now, so every time I live stream, I turn those on, and that's just a way for you to show your appreciation. So thank you very much for that. But like I was saying, when in doubt, rough it. This is a weird muscle thing area, so I'm just gonna try and hide that a little bit right through here. But right, rough sketch Final sketch. When in doubt, rough it out. I feel like my stool shifted a little bit. Apologies for the YouTubers who've been staring at my computer mouse and corner of my laptop the whole time. Take care, Explosive Yoda. Thanks for joining. Catch the rest of it later, perhaps. All right. So there we go. We did our crab monster to start from a squiggle my son gave me. So there you go. There's our little squid dude. I'll scan all of these in, including this one, by the way. I'll be available to channel members and patrons alike. Thank you, Marzi. Does my hat say Zep? Yes, it does, Sunny. Zep. All right. I guess we'll do one more. So we also had on the list, if I can find it, because oh, here we go. Werewolf? Oh, Squirrel with the Bazooka. Who was that? Are you still here? Squirrel with the Bazooka. That was by, let's see. A shark with laser sci-fi stuff, like a robotic shark. I could do a robotic shark. Cats taking all the cat things. Sorry, I'm just trying to find. Someone wanted a squirrel with like a rocket launcher. I guess maybe we'll do 2 more sketches. Maybe we'll do 2 more. We'll see. Thank you, Sunny. Thanks for following. Thanks for dubbing. Much appreciated. One of the best things you can do, obviously being here, but share the channel if you like it. Send a link to someone if you know someone who likes art, drawing, whatever. That's what I'm doing. I do it most days. So yeah, come hang out. All right, someone wanted a squirrel holding a rocket launcher. Let's see. I need to look at a squirrel. All right, and that's not to draw the exact squirrel. I just need to kind of know. All right, what's the gist? What is the gist here? And what is the position of this squirrel? Oh, that one's cool. Okay, so squirrel holding a rocket launcher. I think I'm gonna draw said rocket launcher first. And if this is some sort of shoulder mount piece, and we've got something here, and certainly little squirrel dude's gonna be holding and perhaps looking through some sight. Maybe I can do this with without an overlay. We'll see. I don't know. These legs, squirrel legs. Yeah, I feel like this is a weird angle, so I'm gonna have to go rough on this one. And squirrels certainly have tails, so I'll just throw in a shape like this. Maybe I'll have to go rough. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know yet. I guess its other paws is right here, lining up our rocket launcher. That's one position we could draw it in. Can you guys see that? So this is an example of just roughing things out. I guess I could draw, let's see, can I do that? Can I do that? Can I do that? Yeah, I can switch arms. All right, because I want this arm down, I want the face in front. Yeah, I want the face in front so I can like draw our squirrel. I'm gonna give him goggles because if you're firing a rocket, you probably need goggles of some sort. Now it looks like a cat. How do I keep this thing from looking like a cat? I guess I'll have a nice straight line there. Something like that. And then the rocket launcher can be on the other side of the squirrel. And then maybe the tail in front. Alright, so I can probably do something like this. Alright, just mapping it all out. Rip. And now we'll get our squirrel holding a rocket launcher. So now I can be a little bit more careful as I redraw here. How many hours of practice a day to improve drawing? I would say 1 to 2 hours if I were being realistic. If you're just starting out, 1 to 2 hours, just make some time for yourself every day if you can. Make some time for yourself every day and you should be okay. Alright, so now we're just doing, this is called redrawing. So rather than, I guess I could, yeah, it still could be, I don't even need to change this really. Do they have opposing thumbs? Anyhow, I still could have said squirrel. I'm just gonna do a simple like fist here. Because they don't really have, you know, arms or whatever, do they? I gotta look at this squirrel's mouth. Make sure I can. I guess they got cheeks. But I like kind of this dead eye smile here, or lack of a smile. It's like serious business. And then we have our goggles. Ears up front, of course. Kind of looks like a cat now, but all right, so here we go. They're quite the little creatures, aren't they? Quite the creatures, these little squirrels. Let's see, how am I doing, Oliver? I'm doing great. Oh, it could be holding the rocket launcher with its tail, yes. Could, that's a great idea. Could be something like this happening for the tail itself. Okay, quick reference on what the feet look like. Alright, so we're gonna have some pretty long feet here. I should have had this one like sticking off this way, but it's okay. It's alright. Now, what I'm not sure of is, does this squirrel... Notice I'm not like committing to these lines, and partly because I'm trying to decide, okay, do I want to do some sort of fur thing here? And if so, like fur treatment with the pen? And if so, what's the approach? So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But I like the idea that the squirrel is holding the rocket launcher. That was pretty great. Thank you, Oliver, for that suggestion. Always solid. All right, but definitely we'll have some fur or furry treatment on the tail. I'm trying to decide if we want to do a marker here or not. Yeah, let's do it. I guess we did 2 without marker, so why not? Why the hell not? And my squirrel is actually kind of resting on a bit of a tree stump here. So we'll have his little squirrel feet kind of gripping just this little edge here of our tree. Just maybe for some context. Some tree leaves here. This is the Nutcracker rocket launcher. Can't see the whole word, of course. Little instructions. I suppose this rocket should have been like an acorn, but I wasn't thinking that far ahead, guys. All right, so maybe something like this. And now I can start to say, all right, let's add some fur here. Change the shape of that leg. Feels a little bit too out. Couple of lines here. Just getting some reflections in our goggles. I think I'll just make these black. All right, so maybe something like this. So it sits on its lovely tree stump. It's mad. Its favorite tree got cut down. And what's his name? Or its name? Its name is Bottlecap, and Bottlecap was not happy that the homeowners cut down his favorite tree. So Bottlecap here is trying to get some revenge. That's the plan. You know, take out the homeowners first of all. Raid the pantry and secure whatever nuts it can find. That is the mission at hand here. All right, so just in case you're wondering what we're doing, NutPod is on it. Says SKETCHADAY.com or SKETCHADAY Live. Thank you. This is a fine liner. Papermate Flare, sorry, is the marker. So there's our rough sketch. There's our line work. So now I can take some marker. You're in luck. I just bought a bunch of new brown markers. So I think I'll be able to do some decent shading here. Let me take a look at squirrel colors. I got to make sure I can get the colors right, guys. That's going to be one of the challenges here. I don't want to be too yellow. Don't want it to be too reddish brown. And that's why I like to have a range of markers I can use. I'll probably have to mix some gray and brown as I look at this. So I'm going to try this toner gray out. Yeah, so I've got tons of browns I can use as well. All right. Thanks again for the support to or from channel members, for you guys for being here as well. Fans, people watching. Got 86 today, which is awesome. I just love that things are growing. So thanks for sharing. If you have, that's the case. Oh, I got a copyright strike already. Freaking YouTube, man. Telling you. Telling you. So basically what happens when that happens is I have to like mute part of the video, which is annoying. It's really annoying. So I'm going to check real quick here. Oh, that's why. I think it's because I said the word HELL, and like the AI system is so like fast that it'll just stop you right there. So anyhow, all right, back to our little squirrel here. Bottle cap is its name. Okay. So we'll start on the face here. A little bit. Tummy, of course. And you know, maybe Bottle Cap has seen some things in its life. It's a little bit older, so let's put a little bit of white or light fur toward the front here. I don't know if Bottle Cap has any scars or not, but certainly, at the very least, Bottle Cap's ready for a fight. It's ready to defend whatever nuts they acquire. Right, let's see how this toner gray looks. I'm not quite sure. When I'm not sure about markers, always test. All right, it's kind of like woodworking. They say measure twice, cut once, something like that. So, and I do cover this in my marker guide when it's released. You guys will see, but you know how you can strategically apply your marker stroke in a way that helps you communicate tone. I'll probably have to add some brown to this, but it's okay. All right, let's assume I'm gonna mix this up. I usually assume the colors, or the light rather, is coming from the top and to the right, but I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. Let's go. A tool belt. Oh yeah. That's a good idea. Man, you've got all the good ideas today, Oliver. Thank you. Maybe I should just have you run the stream, huh? A little bit of shadow here. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm going to color all of Bottle Cap this way, but I'm just establishing kind of a pattern for my textures. And then I can kind of come in like so. Because I know this portion's going to be dark. It's away from the light. And we can kind of work in some texture. Some texture there. It's away from the light. And I am using marker paper, by the way. Also something I touch on lightly in that marker guide that I'll be releasing. So real subtle, but even here on the foot, because the toes are facing down, shadow away from the light, a little bit of highlight. Okay, if we want to texture that, we can texture that. Shadow, highlight. Okay, do the same thing here on the inside of the leg. I know I'm going to come back in with a darker marker here. And as far as shapes go, so if the leg is rounded, right, I want to think about the lighting. Right, even on the outside here, I'm not going all the way to the edges just yet because we want to work light, How's it go, guys? Light till you get it right. Alright. It's kind of feeling like a raccoon, so I'm going to add some brown as well. Thank you, Oliver. Glad you like it. Thank you for the suggestions as well. I'll add the tool belt here in just a sec, I think. I think I can do it. So Sketchaday Live, thanks for joining. If it's your first time, hit subscribe, turn on alerts. I was looking at my stats, only like 8% of you that tune in have alerts turned on, so thanks for watching, but if you have alerts on, you definitely won't miss. You won't miss the show. So you'll want to do that. Should we do a camouflage cannon? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Oliver says, I bought the paper in Flare. I love the fact it doesn't bleed on printer paper that much. Yeah, it's a great pen. I don't know that they made it for illustrators or whatever, but as far as pens go, works very well with marker. You know, no bleed, anything like that. Nutcracker is not playing around today, guys. Oh no, Nutcracker is the name of the rocket launcher. I forgot the squirrel. Oh, bottle cap. Bottle cap. I gotta remember that. Bottle cap. Bottle cap with Nutcracker. Not playing around today. Chip and Dale have a solid competitor. I remember Chip and Dale. Rescue Ranger Chip and Dale. I used to watch Chip and Dale. I watched Gummy Bears, Gargoyles, DuckTales, I think it was called, right? DuckTales. Darkwing Duck. Those are some cartoons, people. Those are some cartoons. Just saying. They were good. Oh yeah, did I say Tailspin? I'm not sure if I said Tailspin, but I used to watch Tailspin quite a bit as well. Good shows. So again, some of you may be wondering, why are you doing this with markers? Oh my gosh. Well, it's good practice, okay? That's why. Music brought to you by Paul Sohi, aka Final Kaiju. Friend of mine, supporter of the channel. Thank you very much for producing these beats so I don't get copyright strikes. One day when I have free time, I'll make my own beats. We'll see. Just creating a little bit of a texture here to help with some of the color transition. All right, now remember, marker ink is translucent, so I can build up value, all that stuff if I need to. Also trying to decide if I want to color up the whole scene or not. I don't know. Is this Octavius's pet? I guess so. If it were Octavius's pet, though, he would have like a scarf or feather or something. Oliver did have the idea for our squirrel here to have some sort of utility belt, so I'm gonna sketch that in. And I can do this because I can always make the belt a little bit darker. We can use some line weight to pull this out, or just even use the same tone. Totally fine. So now on the back side here, just a couple of lines, and then a little bit of shadow under the belt. And I'll just shade this in nice and dark right there. Alright, so we can do something like that. I don't even have to show the other side of this because I really don't care. Maybe a little trick, maybe it comes down and then back over. We don't know, I don't have to show it. So, little tip slash trick for you guys watching. Thanks for hanging, by the way. 91 people. It's fun. Okay, so yeah, I think this will be my last sketch. But this week, the theme is Monster Mash in honor of Halloween, all things spooky and scary. So, join the Discord, submit your monsters, your creatures, your critters, whatever it is you want to do. Zombie, werewolf, alien. Alright, this is Sci-Fi Sunday on SKETCHADAY, where we draw sci-fi things. Alright, I do want to add some brown here. Let me see. Just have to find one. Find one that works. E74 is usually pretty good. 71, 74. This is champagne. And this is the Copic colors. Yep, it's a good one. Copic color system. So I'm familiar enough with it that, you know, I can think of a certain color and I just know it'll work. I just wanted to add some warm tone to this guy. That's because the toner gray was not warm enough. Although this might be a little too saturated, but I'll try not to overdo it. Just have some hints. It's almost like multicolors in their, what would you call it, coats? Can you imagine making, not that I'm advocating killing squirrels here, but imagine making a coat out of squirrel pelts. I was watching a survival show though. I forgot what it was called, and it was like they put these people in the wilderness and then they stay there for like months and months, and the last person wins like a ton of money. Anyhow, I was watching it, and one of the contestants did turn a bunch of squirrels into like a blanket, because literally they're in the middle of nowhere and they have to just survive. Just survive. Alright, so I'm going to share a funny fact about me. Fact fear. I don't think I shared it with you guys, so I think I'll go ahead and share it. But I have this irrational fear of outdoor activities. Like, I live in a place where it snows, but I don't do snow things. Okay. One, it's cold, but two, have you ever watched a scary movie that was ethnically diverse? Have you ever? And by that I mean, you know, there's like white people, and then you've got maybe a black guy or two, or woman, human. Anyhow, if you haven't, I want you to watch one. Pay attention to who dies and who survives, right? So I have I have this irrational fear of being that guy. If I go out with people, being the first to die. So I'm like, nope. Like, seriously, watch some older movies. Because, you know, now things are probably more progressive and thoughtful, I hope. But watch some older movies. Pay attention to who dies first. Alright? It's usually the black guy. So, yes, and I am terrified of deer. That is true. I don't mess around with deer, with moose or mises. I was hiking the other day and saw a moose. I was like, nope. Although I don't know if you guys caught that video. It wasn't in the United States, but there was a guy, and it happened in Utah actually. He was hiking, and there was a cougar. It's like a giant cat. There was a cougar that Unbox Method says the order is always the same. Yep, it's always the I mean, and they kind of give you some hope, you know. They're like, oh, maybe he will live. Maybe this won't be like other movies. But no, they die too. So anyhow, that's my irrational fear, guys. Now you know. And our anthropomorphic squirrel here. Anyhow, so yeah, I have this irrational fear of being that first one to die because I don't know. Life imitates art, perhaps. You heard that saying before? Bottle Cap is ready to go. He's ready to terrorize these humans that took down his favorite tree. All right, let's get the rest of this rocket done. And I wanted the tip of this to be red. That's what I was thinking. Oliver says Deep Blue Sea is a person where the movie where the person of color survived. Yeah. They're more common now, but I mean, like, I think some of the Resident Evil movies as well. I mean, granted, you know who the main character is. So you know they'll survive, but still it's just like, here we go again. Another person like me, too stupid to survive or whatever. So maybe something you notice, maybe not, and I'm not turning political or anything like that. This is just straight up observation. This is a thing that happens, right? So check it out. But therein lies the source of my irrational fear when it comes to many outdoor things. I'm just like, nope. I'm not about to be that person. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, shade this in. A bit of shadow, maybe some texture. I like adding texture dots to things. So yeah, a little bit different of a stream today. Sci-Fi Sunday. If you're used to product design, come join me any other day. Tuesdays, I'm trying to turn into Transportation Tuesdays. So if you have transportation related requests you'd like to see, bring those on Tuesday for Transportation Tuesday. No guarantees. I always reserve the right to change my mind. But this week we are doing Monster Mash. I guess does the squirrel count as a monster? It seems so kind and snuggly, right? I don't think Bottle Cap here is a monster, but who knows? Everyone has a dark side to them, right? Everyone kind of has a dark side. So who knows? Yeah, and I definitely don't want to like color this whole scene, so I'm gonna figure out a way here to just kind of vignette real quickly and give it a background. All right, let's just get some bark in here. Something like this. And I think I said the light was coming this way, so we'll do shadow as well. All right, and I'll just hit the treetop here with some toner gray. We'll go real dark with my T7. And then let's jump back to T5. As we fall away from the object, the shadow tends to get a little bit lighter in value. All right, do something like that. Get our bark in. And so for the background here, again, I kind of just want to hint at something. So I think like a very light green or some very pale greens would really do the trick here. All right, that's probably a little bit too... could you at least use it on these leaves? Remember, light source this way, so think about what's closer to the light. I need like a pale green. Hold that thought. Hold, please. So in my marker guide that I'm putting together, I talk about, okay, how many colors do you actually need? Right, it all depends on what you're doing. Depends on the type of work you're doing. I do a lot of pieces for people, and so I need to have a variety of colors available for when I'm doing my drawings. So yeah, I'm just gonna do just kind of a scrub here. Some green. All right. Just a little, when I say scrub, usually I just mean like a random application of color on the drawing. Random direction. Okay, just something to give this a little bit of context. So just a reminder for those who are ultimate fans on YouTube, I do need to add that level to Patreon, but Patreon members know you can get access to these as well. But I will send you a signed sketch of your choosing. So if you like one of these today, let me know. Hit me up. If you are a ultimate fan on YouTube, if you want to sign up, you check that out. Just a great way to support your creators. All right, so I might do, I'm trying to decide how I want to finish this up. Maybe something like this. All right, so just a little hint there. Go lighter or darker. But I want to keep this fairly light, right? Behind the squirrel, behind bottle cap here. I'll call it the BC01 nutcracker, the bottle cap 1 nutcracker. That's what this rocket's called. Anyhow, so I'm trying in terms of emphasis, like even as I had line weight here, everything away from the light, okay, orange shadow. That's where I'm gonna add more value, line weight, and so forth. So things that are closer to the light source, right? I wanna have a nice light line. If it's away from the light source, then I can have a little bit heavier line. In terms of my line weight, and intentionally, like here for example, intentionally just create this transition real quick, intentionally making the line, the outline textured on the fur, but also heavier, right? Something like that. So for that consistent look, now everything in the drawing on the right side is a little bit darker, and everything in front is a little bit lighter. Eduardo, you only need to ask once. Okay. Only need to ask once, but Eduardo's asking about Among Us characters. When can I do one? I don't know. Maybe next time. Come say hi. I haven't played the game yet, Among Us, but I've heard good things. I don't really have time for games. I posted on Facebook yesterday. I was like, how do people have time to like watch sports and decorate? I don't know. All right, just a couple hits of blue here. All right, we're outdoors, so some of the light, right, it's gonna reflect the environment and so forth. If you want to get like complex about it or whatever, but it just helps it feel more together. All right, feel more together. All right, let's see. So, quick recap. There's our squirrel holding a rocket launcher, like you guys requested. We did this little crab creature. This was the Squiggle Game. Started the stream that way. And we also have our little squid dude here. I probably took way too long on these, honestly, but I had fun hanging out, chatting with you guys. Once again, I will have a marker guide hopefully dropping today. I know I say that every stream, but I'm really committed to getting it out. So it'll have a few tips and tricks, my thoughts on which markers are the best, which to buy, all that good stuff. So you can check that out. So here we go. We have Bottle Cap the squirrel with his rocket launcher, their rocket launcher, the Nutcracker, some weird crab creature, and then we've got this, I guess, octo-limbed thing, squid thing. Although I think squids have like 10 legs, don't they? I think they do. 50 characters, sticky art. That's interesting. I'll have to catch you after the stream. What's the best way to get in touch with you, sticky art? Are you on my Discord or no? Or shoot me a Discord link and I'll join yours. Either way, let me know. All right, so I'm gonna wrap up. Thank you so much for hanging out. I had so much fun. I hope you did. Thanks for hanging as long as you did. This is awesome, amazing. Love seeing the channel grow. If you can, like, share with someone who's interested in drawing, that's super helpful. Subscribe, turn on alerts, all that good stuff. If you're looking for other ways to support, definitely hit up patreon.com/SKETCHADAY or check out channel memberships, whichever you prefer. Much appreciated, much love to those who are supporting. Love you guys. And all of you who are here as well. Thank you very much. All right, with that, I'm going to end the stream. Take care. Remember, passion is the process. Okay? And I'll see you next time right here on SKETCHADAY.